come in the beginning of a relationship, you know, they pretend that you're like the first woman they've ever met since their mother gave birth to them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, truly.
I'm so amused because yes.
Look, literally. Like the Cancer men from my past, like, I'm just like, honey, I'm 18. Like, I'm not trying to think about being your wife right now. But truly, they were trying to settle down. You guys, it's your girl Sarah.
Am I?
And we're charmed and dangerous. You know,
because we are charming.
And we dangerous. And we charming. And we dangerous. And we charming. And we dangerous.
Just kind of like love bombing. It's
no, seriously, it's very much charming.
Yeah.
And to be dangerous.
And it is dangerous.
Because you be having people fall in love with you. Because you be telling them that they are everything you've wanted your whole life.
Right.
But really, you're just love bombing the fuck out of them so they feel comfortable with you and think that they found the one. And then you leave.
Right.
It is ruthless. It is disgusting. Like, if someone's gonna get heartbroken, I feel like it should be in a long-term relationship. Totally. It shouldn't be because you love bombed them and now they're like in love with you. Because you are literally telling them you love them within a week of knowing them.
Right. And
you know?
was down.
It's problematic.
Right.
So we're gonna get into the signs that be love bombing. Okay, I just kinda wanna start off this video by saying that all the signs I picked are honeymoon phase hoes. And I've used this term before because like some people are just really good at the honeymoon phase.
Yeah, totally.
They do their best work at the beginning because it feels good getting lost in someone else. They're not really dealing with why they're doing it, why they're so ready to give it all within, you know, 3 days of meeting someone. They're not really dealing with it.
Yeah.
Because they just would much rather just be lost in a relationship.
Yeah.
Without healing from the past.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about that.
And healthy relationships build slowly.
Exactly.
You know, and I feel like all of these signs, the signs that I picked too, well, not all of the signs that I picked, but the first two like to move very quickly.
Yeah.
In
absolutely.
relationships.
Absolutely. And let's just get started. Okay, so one of the signs that I picked is Libra.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Libra sees potential from a mile away. Like truly, like they don't like to see what's happening in front of them. They'd much rather see what could happen in the near future.
Yes.
And you know, Libra wants to be taken. Libra wants to be in a relationship.
Yes.
They love being in relationships. And yeah, that's plural, relationships.
Yes.
I mean, like when I think of Libra, I think of like people like Nick Cannon. You know what I mean? Like he just has so many baby mamas, has so many children. And just the other day, he said, "Oh, Taylor Swift is single. Like I want to make her pregnant." He said that, and that is problematic beyond many levels.
Many levels.
Or even Kim K, and she's even admitted this and laughed at herself. How many times has she been engaged? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, at some point, you gotta open your eyes,
Yeah.
Libra, and be like, why am I doing this? Why do I always see the best in people? You know? And that's the problem that Libra has, is that they're such social creatures, and they are all about the other. You know what I mean? Relationships. So they see the best in people, and they kind of make your hobbies their hobbies. And suddenly, like, everything about you is them. Like, they become one. Very quickly in a relationship. Yeah. And I feel like that's a recipe for disaster, and that's why they're such good love bombers. Because who doesn't like someone, I always say this, who doesn't like someone that's already like into everything that you're into?
Right.
And Libra's so good at matching your energy.
Yeah.
And that to me is love bombing.
Yeah.
Because you don't really know if you like those things, but because your partner likes it, the person you just met likes it, suddenly all their hobbies are your hobbies.
Yes. No, Libra loves love so much. Like, they just live for love and romance and a relationship. And because they want that happily ever after so much, like, they love performing the acts of love too. You know what I mean? Because they love love so much, it's like, oh, I enjoy doing this. And it comes on so heavy and thick in the beginning of relationships.
Some would say it's performative.
It is! Some would say!
I have Libra in my chart. You cannot confirm it.
I also want to say Libras will love bomb you with their tongues because okay, wait, that sounded a little bit more sexual than I wanted it to. But they do, because they're sweet talkers. You know what I mean? And I feel like they know how to sell you that like dream, that white picket fence.
Yeah.
It's me and you, baby.
Yeah. No, they're so good
Even
at
if
it.
they don't really like mean it and want to stick it out with you in the long haul, because they don't actually like have the same similarities or like values as you, you know, but Libra just puts it on so thick in the beginning.
Sometimes I feel like Libra just talks, you know what I mean? They don't necessarily have to mean what they're saying, but because they're so good at expressing themselves verbally and being so charming, you can't help but think, of course it's coming from the heart. Look at how they're describing our love.
Right.
It's like, no, this is just them. They wake up and they use these adjectives like every day.
Right. But people who don't know other Libras don't know that. They're like, oh my
well, because they're comparing Libra to all the other people they dated. And when you look at your exes and you look at the Libra one's the one that's really good at the sweet nut things and like everything you want to hear. You know, it's a talent.
Yes,
which is what makes it dangerous.
Yeah, totally. I picked Scorpio. I feel like I had to pick them because I've actually been loved bombed by a Scorpio before. And I feel like Scorpios want constant communication from you, you know? And that is like one of the big things of like being love bombed is like they always want to be in the know of like what's going on. And because of, you know, Scorpios like trust issues, they want to know who you're with, where you're at if they're not with you. You know what I mean? And Scorpio relationships can feel so intense and enthralling, and it can make you feel all kinds of crazy and unbalanced. And like to me, again, that can be some signs of negative love bombing. You know what I mean? Like love shouldn't be all crazy and intense like that all the time. Like it can be very unhealthy, you know? And I feel like Scorpios really can, again, have that manipulative edge to them where they are trying to control your moods through love. You know, so this one is a little bit more of like a serious one for me. But yeah, I don't think that Scorpios like love super easily, which is what I feel of some of the other signs that I picked. You know what I mean? Like I feel like they want to like get it out of you.
Yeah, I could see that. I don't know why. I feel like when I think of Scorpio, I don't think of love bombing. I do think it can be very manipulative, but I feel like if anything, we don't give enough, which is what pulls people in most of the time.
Yeah.
Not to say that's any healthier than love bombing, but from my experience, I feel like with Scorpios, they generally want to see you react to the way they're moving in the relationship rather than the one at the beginning that is doing the work. They want to see how you move. Yeah. They're kind of like reading you. Yeah. Which can be manipulative on its own because of that lack of emotion. But when the emotion is there, it's really hot and heavy. So it kind of, I feel like it does manipulate the other person in the sense that, well, I don't get enough from the Scorpio. And when I do, it's like super hot and heavy and it's hot and I want more of that. Yeah, and I feel like too, like it is like a thing of love bombing, like that withdrawal of love as like a control and power thing. And Scorpios definitely do that, you know? 100%. Like that is, Scorpio invented that.
Yeah.
Scorpio invented like, I'm gonna make you need me. Yeah. Like, I'm gonna be a need in your life. Yeah. And you're gonna notice that when I'm not passionate towards you, you're gonna feel like your life is lackluster. Yeah, and that's like the real negative down parts of like, it's the end, you know, it's the ending of love. Exactly. That's when they're like in the control of you. Yep. Yeah. And we kind of lead with that. Yeah. Is Cancer. You know, I feel like Cancers are as aggressive as they come in the beginning of a relationship. You know, they pretend that you're like the first woman they've ever met since their mother gave birth to them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, truly. I'm so amused because yes. Look, literally. Like the Cancer men from my past, like, I'm just like, honey, I'm 18. Like, I'm not trying to think about being your wife right now. But truly, they were trying to settle down. Yes. And I'm just like, I mean, when I was young, I was like, oh my, he's so fucking in love with me. Like, you know what I mean? I think about it now, I'm like, you didn't know me at all. No. You knew nothing about me. No, the way that they're so ready to commit and risk it all. Risk it all. They're like, okay, let's go get married right now. No, like they're so ready. They're ready to put a baby in you upon first meeting. Exactly. You know? And they're looking for a wifey, you know? Yeah. And they will try to see if you are in fact wifey. Like they'll put you in situations to be like, oh yeah, can she cook? Can she clean? Like, I didn't realize this was tryouts. I don't realize this, but then I feel like that is a form of love bombing. Because they take you and the relationship so seriously, you can't help but think like, oh shit, it's serious.
Yeah.
But you never had that conversation and it's only been a week.
No, it's so true. It's like they come on so heavy, showering you with like the love and like giving you everything that you could possibly wanted in a relationship on day 1 or day 2. Like, you don't know me. I can't feel that this is true, but that is Cancer's love and energy. They are truly ready, like I said, to risk it all for love. They're the type of people who will move across the country, drop everything with like no plans, because they're like, I love you so much.
This is love.
You know?
This is love.
To some people, they're gonna look at Cancer and be like, you have no boundaries. You know what I mean? Like, why don't you respect other people's boundaries? Like, how are you willing to drop everything so quickly and just force yourself moving in like so easily like this?
It's kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie. It's scary because like they don't want you to need anyone else after you have met each other. Like, they want to be your banker, your Uber driver. They want to be like everything, everything on top of being your man, your friend, your therapist. Like, they kind of are annoyed at the fact that you need anyone else. And that to me is love bombing. That's manipulative shit. 100%.
100%. Cancer wants to know you inside and out and be with you 24/7. And if you don't want that with them, their feelings are going to be hurt, and then they're going to lash out on you. And
absolutely.
That's when you're also going to be confused, because you're like, oh my god, Cancer has been so nice and loving this whole time, and now they're acting crazy because they feel like you're not all in.
Yeah, they're ready to like live within you, like in your skin. They want to be and another thing about Cancer is like, so hot and heavy. Like, just don't be with a Cancer, because they can be pretty simpy.
Yeah, super simpy,
and
super,
you know,
corny, but that's not always a bad thing, you know?
Exactly. And like, at the end of the day, you know what it is. It's cardinal water.
Right.
Like, they can't help it. They move fast with their feelings.
Yeah. They lead with their feelings. That's all they know how to do.
Exactly.
And if you don't like that, then get out of here.
Exactly.
They come with everything, their whole family and their whole house ready to move in. Their whole suitcase.
Actually. I feel like Pisces is the type to justify their love bombing by saying some shit like, even though we met just yesterday, I feel like I've known you for many lifetimes. You know what I mean? Like, okay, Shakespeare. Like, I know you be reciting these lines in your mind before you like go out. Like, I just feel like they're so delusional in the sense that like, they will make it work with anyone too.
Yeah, they're like, you're my soulmate,
exactly,
my one true love.
Exactly, like, I've been dreaming about you, you know? And, you know, that Neptune energy that, you know, rules over Pisces, I feel like it just makes them such fantasy-based signs. So like, what is love bombing if it's not a fantasy? Like, you're building this fantasy that, like, the universe was, like, working endlessly to make us come together, and finally we're here, and it's me and you, and we were meant to be. And like, if you are able to even just have a conversation like that, I feel like no matter who it is you're telling that story to is gonna believe you. It's gonna be like, oh my god, like, you're right. Like, how is it that we just met and we're so perfect for each other? You know?
You're so right. Pisces really takes you on a love journey.
Yeah. Truly.
And it's like, it can be better over here, baby.
Yeah.
Like, it's better over here with me. And yes, I so see them as love
you
bombers. Know? Yeah. They also whisper sweet nothings into your ears.
They really do. And I feel like they're always just blurring the line of every boundary, you know? This is the sign that really you have to watch out for when it comes to love bombing, because they will make you feel so comfortable so soon and really just fool you in a dream life that has no real foundation.
Oh shit.
Like, there is no real foundation with Pisces. And when you think about it with Pisces, you know, Pisces, the sign, like, Pisces is someone that is very fantasy based when it comes to everything in life, not just like their love relationships. Like, they just kind of wing it, you know? So, of course, when it comes to a relationship in the beginning stages, they're just winging it. They're not really thinking about whether this will work, if it makes sense. You know? And like, a lot of the signs I picked are the same way. They're not really thinking about the logistics. Like, are we actually right for each other? Do we believe in the same things? It's very, very, very much like, it feels good. You know? And that's love bombing. It feels good.
For sure.
But it's not real.
Yeah. And I feel like Pisces, when they're like in that love bombing state, like, they're not consistent. You know what I mean? And that's something that you often look for in love, you know? And that's something that's frustrating because it's like you're saying you want to do all these things for me, but you're not following through.
Exactly. It's dangerous.
It's empty.
It's dangerous, and again, it feels good.
Yeah.
It feels good because they're saying all the right things. They're so good at it. Mm-hmm. Just like, you know, Libra, just like Cancer. Mm-hmm. They're good at it. They're good at love.
Yeah, they are.
You know?
Yeah, they are. They love love. So they love doing the love things. Mm-hmm. For anybody.
Literally.
You know, anybody could get it.
Yeah, it's true. It's kind of scary.
It is. Yeah. About Taurus as love bombers, I feel like to me they would do it in a very traditional way, in the sense that they would give lots of gifts and do the very fancy dinners, and then once you're officially taken, like, they never take you out again. You know what I mean? Like, they keep you home and remind you of the nice things that they did for you in the beginning, because I feel like Taurus likes to isolate you in love, you know? Yeah. It's just you and them, baby. You and them forever. And I feel like they very much, in the beginning of relationships, like when they're really serious about you, and again, when a Taurus is being toxic, like they just want it to be you and them only in the beginning. Kind of like a Scorpio. It's like very all enthralling and like obsessive, their love.
Jesus, that is scary.
Because it's confusing when you get all these gifts and taken out on things, and then it's like, wait, you totally switched up.
And also, I mean, the thing with Taurus is, like, I have to give a shout out to Sagittarius, because I feel like, as we know, Sagittarius are always down for a good time, you know? And, like, again, that is a good recipe for love bombing. Like, it feels good, so it must work, you know? And, like, we all know Sagittarius don't want to settle down. So why is it at the beginning of the relationship, they're so in it, they're so into you? You know what I mean? And as soon as it gets a little serious, they're like, out of here. You know what I mean? Like, it is wild. And, like, truly, I've said this story before, like, one of the dudes that I met, like, the summer of my first year of college, like, and I mean, I was using him too, because I was just trying to, like, have a little fling before I had to leave town to go to college. But it was just so funny, because, like, he was a Sag, and he was just, like, all up on me, and, like, just really into me. Like, he would pop up at, like, my college, my summer classes, to, like, take me from one class to the other. And now that I think about it, why are you there? You don't go here. Like, it was fucking weird. And in my head, like, I know the type of dude he was. He was such a little love bomber. Like, you don't want a serious relationship, and you're lucky I don't either. Right. But, like, that's the thing with Sagittarius. It's like, you gotta go into it knowing, are we just having fun here? Right. Because you are. Right. Okay? And they have to be in a really, really healthy space in their life where they want to settle down with one person. Because that's not something they typically like. Yeah. And when someone is around a joyous, jolly Sag that's like having a good old time all the time, you know, being love bombed, you can't help but think, what, this feels so good, it has to be us two forever. Right. That's not the case all the time. No. No. So watch out for them Sages.
We're dangerous because we give you such a good time. Yeah. You know what I mean? And yeah, you think,
that's love bombing.
Exactly.
It feels like, so good.
Right. Yeah, we shared such a unique experience. You called me randomly in the middle of the night. I feel like Sages are like notorious about, like, let's have a late night talk. Exactly. You know? No, this isn't special. This isn't intimate. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching this episode on the signs that love bomb. Comment down below on who you think be love bombing in the Zodiac. The most. Okay, I want to know. And make sure you say why. Yeah. Okay, we want to know. Even if there's like a little bit of a story that somebody love bombed you. Yeah. You know, we want to know. Okay? We're gonna link our socials somewhere around here. We love you so, so much, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye!